Hello and welcome back to Music with Mascots. Today we're going to be doing another in the series of vinyl cleaning. I have the Vevor machine here and I'm doing this preamble like this because I did a crappy video of unboxing and assembling. But there are bits of that that are important. So I'm going to chop those in along with whatever nonsense I happen to be saying at the time. You can hear Kiri upstairs. That would be her. That's her commentary. I don't have a universal translator, but she's always interested. So I'm going to talk about the Vevor here. This is an ultrasonic cleaner. It's basically an ultrasonic device, a standard one that, if you work in a jewelry shop or something like that, or a place where you're cleaning a lot of parts, you might have something like this. Only they changed one thing. Well, they didn't actually change one thing. They added one thing. This device, which will hold 4 records, and with a little motor here, spins them around, mounts right here with just enough room on each side to clear the pan. And you just put in enough water so that it's not quite reaching the white disc, and then you run it. Temperature knob right there. I have it set for 40 degrees C. I think I'll lower that a little bit to 30 degrees C. Just heat it up a little bit. And a timer. Generally for records, you're not going to want to do probably 15 minutes max if you've got something in really rough shape. On average, you're probably going to do 5 minutes. Now, the reason that I like this as opposed to let's say one of the more expensive ones is a little quieter and dries the records and does everything you want it to do, is because those mostly, until you get real expensive, do 1 at a time. These do 4 at a time, and they actually have an accessory with a slightly different unit. I think it's a little bigger, that does 6 or 8 at a time. This is the assembled record dryer. It's got, let's see how we can see that best. Sits like this when you're done. It comes in 2 flats and 4 little serrated pieces. And it works really well for rack drying. You can put, if you're doing every other record so that they're not that close, they dry a little quicker. You can do, I think, 16 on here, maybe a little more. If you want to pack it really tight, like you're going to leave them overnight to dry, you can get 30 on here. I did that once, and it was okay. I didn't have any problems the next day. There were a couple records that were a little too close together, they felt, so they didn't dry off quite as well. So I just took a microfiber cloth to those. And this doesn't have anything to collect the drippings, so I put a microfiber cloth underneath on top of a piece of plastic, which is fine. If you have a little plastic bin that this will sit in, that will work really well also. The batch of records that I did yesterday, and I didn't time myself. I was working over on the other side of the basement doing some electronics work. And these are all the records that I cleaned yesterday with a smaller pile up above. So let's get into the downside of this right off the bat. It doesn't take care of fingerprints, doesn't take care of handprints. Those will still be there. If you've got some really schmutzy stuff, which I have had 2 records like that, I put it through the cycle twice, and one of them is up in this pile here to go through the vinyl clear, the vinyl clean one. Let me just spin it. And that makes a firm contact on both sides of the record. That's going to pull off your fingerprints. It's going to pull off your handprints and any related oils with that. Other than that, I tried this with surfactant, without surfactant. I found it to be a little bit better with the surfactant. And for those of you that are a little more anal, like myself, you might want to do a rinse afterwards. I only used a little tiny bit of surfactant, so I actually didn't end up doing a rinse, and I have played a couple of the records and they came out really well. So dollar for dollar, this is awesome. I don't know how well it's made. I don't know how long it's going to last. I'll let you know in a couple of years if I still got it. But it's a pretty basic contraption. I've been using these in the jewelry business since I was a kid. My parents had a little small jewelry shop, and I worked there occasionally. We had, a little ultrasonic cleaner going all the time with, soap in it to clean up jewelry. And diamonds came out looking amazing. So this is a technology that's not new. It's just being used in a different way. When you're buying the Humming Guru and things like that, you're buying some bells and whistles that are not here. So you need to decide, A, do you want the bells and whistles? And, for you, it might be better to put the record in, pour the water in, put the jar, the container back down on the bottom, press a button, have it clean it for 5 to 7 minutes, and then have it dry for 5 minutes, and you take it out. You might have another drip or two to clean up. You might not. I don't know. So I'm going to bop in and out here maybe a little bit and see how this works. This is my first time doing a video on my MacBook. And I hope it works. We'll see how it comes off. The other one that I did with my iPad, and I usually film these with my iPad. I can't see myself, so I cut my head off a little bit. I don't have someone here to adjust it. It's all, one-man outfit and non-controversial as possible. I'm going to erase this too. Talking to myself. I talk to myself. Sometimes I answer, sometimes I don't. When I give myself the silent treatment, that's just terrible. Okay, there's kind of a mess going on here. This is the Oob Cube. I'm going to do a little review on that. I bought that to try it out and let you guys know what I thought of that. I have another one similar in the other room I'm going to do a comparison with, and I have one more on order that's that this unit is finding offensive. I think there may be some real competition there. And then I've got a bunch of stuff here that's already been cleaned, and I'm going to show you what I got. I told you guys in an earlier video that I put little cards in that indicate the date it was last cleaned, and I can then use to mark plays or any other notes I want on it. I went on to Amazon, and this is called Mott Batch 10-pack something cards 3x5 by 2x2. Now these are made, and I'll show you. I'm not going to use it as it's designed. These come in packs like that. And lo and behold, they are at a usable size. Cost almost nothing. And you see they have the metal rings that go through, and you can have like 50 of them on metal rings and write whatever you want on them. I'm just going to use them like this. Write date cleaned, put it in the record. If there's any other notes that I want, like for example, I might want to make a note that side A has a scratch through the second half. So I know that when I'm pulling it out and deciding whether to listen to it or not. And I think that's going to be a little handy to have. And we'll just see how that goes. So I think that's going to be nice. I think it's going to work real well. It's cheap. And if someone gets smart, like maybe Vinyl Storage Solutions or something, they'll take these cards and just print out on it. Date cleaned, put a line there. Times played, put a little line there. And then, on the back, right, notes. Not enough money in it to make it worth anybody's while that isn't doing that kind of thing already. So if someone's out there doing that, making sleeves and stuff like that, consider that. Consider that option. Let's see, do I have anything else I want to say here? Anyway, please excuse the rest of this video because it really sucks, but I want you to see the assembly of the Vevor machine. That won't take too much time. And there was something I tried to do that didn't work real well, but I'm going to leave it in there anyway, and you can meet Minnie. Thank you very much. please hit like and subscribe. Let me know if you like this content, if you're interested in cleaning of records, and what type of things you want to see on this channel. It's young and we're growing. I'm going to be doing a lot of record reviews as I get everything fully set up. This is being set up right now for my retirement job. I'm just going to listen to records and tell people about them and talk about audio. And I have this, and then I have my book channel, and I'll be a happy person as long as I have enough money. So let's see what happens. Hello and welcome back to Music with Mascots. Today I'm going to be unboxing and hopefully setting up the Vevor Tough Tools half price whatever ultrasonic record cleaner. Basically an ultrasonic cleaner with an adapter that they mounts on the side of it and helps you clean your records. A couple caveats here is from looking at the other channels, I know this is noisy. I don't know how noisy it is. I'll find that out. It does its own. I'm not interested in the drying cycle. I don't particularly like drying cycles. This is the top of the unit. And we have some more foam. Some sort of a drain and power line. And then we have all of the adapters that they have for making this a record cleaner instead of just an ultrasonic cleaner. As the ultrasonic advantage is that you can clean other stuff in here as well, which I will probably do in some of my restoration work. Also in this box is Minnie. Minnie is our new rescue. Out of the box is Minnie. Minnie is our new rescue. We're not sure we're going to keep the name, but we might. If you have a good name suggestion, put it in the comments. She is a serious rescue because she was malnourished and she's afraid of everything. We've had her for a week now. She's very sweet. She does seem to enjoy being held. She will put her head down and almost go to sleep with you. But we're going to provide her with a good life. That's our job. Okay. So this is our newest mascot.
Right, sweet girl. And you can say that she only weighs 3 pounds and she should weigh 5 or 6.
Yeah. And as everybody else on YouTube has said, there may not be instructions for it. Huh? They evidently listened. So they evidently listened to everyone saying that there's no instructions, and they give you a printed out couple of pictures. And then you lift it up, and there's more stuff down there. More foam. And it comes down at the bottom. It comes with its own dirt. And we have, this is a drain valve here, timer, heater temperature in Celsius, so we have to convert that for my brain to work. Luckily, we have Google. And then this is looks like a drying rack. You can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Lots of records. Let's get this out of the way. Throw that over there. All right. Okay, so the timer just went off, and it did shut off the ultrasonic. But the heater, the temperature unit, is still operating. So what you're probably going to want to do is turn the unit on, let the water get up to temperature, and then set your timer. then you can walk away. I'm going to unload these, put them here, and see what we have.